Today is January 30, 2025. Um, Today was a good day. Today I have a lot of communication with God, and I have talked to God, and God have talked to me um, in many ways. Uh, I guess toward the end of the day, um, I was a bit discouraged, but God has sent people to comfort me and talk to me, and I'm grateful for it. And today, when I was going through my day, the thing that occurred to me is Genesis. I finished reading Genesis yesterday or the day before. And I started reading Exodus and I'm almost done. I'm at like chapter 31. And the thing that occurred to me is Genesis. Uh, Genesis is like, well, I read it like 3 times, but this time when I read it with expectations, when I read it with belief that God will talk to me through it, and yeah, God has talked to me through it, because I read it with expectation that God will talk to me, and I pray before I read to God to give me the wisdom to understand, and God answer my prayer and have give me um, the wisdom to understand His word. The thing that I want to say mainly today is the reflection that I have on Genesis. In Genesis, I learned that God is an almighty God. Um, he's able to do anything. When I say anything, anything. Everything that human things that are impossible are possible to God. And I don't think like as a human, like we fully like understand this. Like he's a God that literally say let that be a plant and it can be a plant, and let that be a fish and it's a fish. Like he is that powerful God. He can create something out of nothing. He's a creator. He's a creator. And he's such a powerful God. Whatever human thing that are impossible, for him it is nothing. He can just say so and it is so. And that's how powerful it is. And like this show me that whenever I'm in doubt, I just think of how powerful God is and that He will take care of me. Um, he can create anything. Everything is in His hand, and I just gotta believe. And if my God is that powerful God, why should I worry about little thing, right? And the second thing that I learned is He's a very caring God. Um, he's a very caring God. Excuse me. He's a very caring God that is with you every single time. Um, I see that uh, when I read the story of Noah, story of Abraham, story of Isaac, story of Jacob, and the story of Joseph. You can see that like God is with them and He cares for them, and when God is with them, they are took care of, and God doesn't just leave them, and God is with them every single time. Especially Jacob, he have some journey here and there, and God was with him every time, and God bless him. And the last thing is, if anything happened that burden you a lot, it is probably because He's planning something that is much more valuable than that burden, or that a reward that is much more than burden. um, we can see that in the story of Joseph. Joseph, he was young um, when he was um, sold by his brother, and he suffered, I guess, not I guess, sorry, he suffered a lot, um, but God was with him in any cases, um, in his misery, in his hardship. God was with him, and God always uplifted him and always took care of him and put him in a position where he's able to function and uh, have favor. Um, and another thing that I want to talk about is his success. After he become a second in command in Egypt, he was 30 years old, and he lived up to I forgot the exact amount, but I believe he lived up to like 130 years old. um, and and you know, that's the thing with the blessing. By the time he turned 30, he was second in command for Egypt already. So for the rest of that, he is blessed. For the rest of that, he was able to live happily with blessing, with wealth, and with so much comfort. You know, all the suffering that he have for over a decade, like over decade or a little bit more than a decade. Um, but in return, God blessed him with 10 times more than that. You know, so if you're going through something that is very hard and 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 very burdensome, it's probably because he's planning for you. Some trust in him, because he's probably planning for you something much more valuable than the burden you are having right now. It's a blessing to be able to reflect on Genesis. It truly is. And yeah, thank you very much.